Hi, Gemini. A little smudging to clear the negative energy. 3 chimes for the positive energy. This is a general reading for the sign of Gemini. If you have Gemini anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Gemini. What would we like Gemini to know or to be aware of? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, if this is your first time tuning in, this top row here represents your professional life, your work life, your public life, how you present yourself publicly. This second row here is your home life, family life, private life, relationships, partnerships, family members, sometimes pets will even show up there. And then the final row, the last row here, is final thoughts, final messages, what it is that Spirit would like you to know or to be aware of. Many times we will find that this final row really brings together the rest of your reading, but not always. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Gemini. What is it that we would like Gemini to know or to be aware of for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. And foundation. The basis of your reading this week, Gemini, is the Queen of Wands. Divinely guided, divinely protected. Our passion, our fire, our desires will lead us where we're meant to be. And that is forced or pushed by the Six of Cups, which is gifts of our ancestors. You have received an artistic gift from your ancestors. And so perhaps whatever you do artistically, it runs in the family. There's other family members that have had this gift, this talent of creating what it is that you create. I don't know if it's a gift of painting, a gift of writing, a gift of music, a gift of gardening, but there's something very artistic that you do that is in your genetics, is in your DNA, that has been passed down to you as a gift from the ancestors. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading this week, Gemini. We start off with the Tower card. And that is a sudden, unexpected change. A change that shifts our reality, or shifts our beliefs. And the Emperor cards, the Emperor really rules with a firm hand. And an emperor sometimes, there's the energy of the Emperor can move towards being stern and unchanging, or it can move towards being kind, compassionate, and ruling with a gentle hand. So an emperor can rule with either a firm or with a gentle hand. And the High Priestess card. Spiritual gifts, spiritual knowing. The sky's the limit. And then we have the Two of Cups. Partnerships, co-workers. There is something from your past that was a successful relationship or professionally successful. Doing this or working with this person in the past was very successful. And someone or something from your past is returning, is popping up into your life. It's like a blast from the past. And if this was successful and worked for you in the past, it will be successful and work for you again. If it was not successful and did not work for you in the past, it will not work for you now. But there's a new project or a new partnership that is being presented to you or will be presented to you. And again, if this worked in the past, it will work in the present. If it did not work in the past, it will not work in the present. So it's almost like whatever this is that is returning, whatever this is that is coming back around, you can expect the same results. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Relaxed, calm, new beginnings, fresh starts, deep appreciation and gratitude. Taking the step forward, moving towards the future, moving towards progress. You are ready to talk, and others are finding this very refreshing. And you will find that your new openness to talk and to communicate will bring in love and romance. Or if you're in a committed relationship, you will find that your openness and your willingness to talk will spark a new freshness, will spark a new desire in an old relationship. It's like the universe has been waiting for you to open up to talk, to open up to communicate, to open up to let others in. And now that you're in the space or you're in the energy to open up, love can come in, romance can come in. The more we talk, the more we open up ourselves, the more we open ourselves up to misunderstandings. And it's important that we really strive for achieving clarity in all that we say. And so we want to make sure that when we're talking, when we're communicating, that we're doing it in a way that is clearly understood by those that are listening. But this is a welcome breath of fresh air, and I think that this is just what your love life, just what romance needed, was to be open and honest and clear. And that is followed by the Ace of Cups. Emotional and spiritual fulfillment. The celebration a pause. Moves a pause. And that is followed by the Six of Pentacles. There is spiritual growth is key to your career success. Whatever it is that this Tower card is, it is meant, whatever this change is that's coming in your career life, is meant for your spiritual growth. Your spiritual growth is directly linked to your career. Fresh ideas and clarity really comes from within. And it's really asking you to connect with your inner artist. So, many times you'll hear people talk about writer's block. And that's where, very successful writers, many times the words will flow very easily to them, but they hit bumps in the road where they're unable to connect with their spiritual self. They're unable to connect with that creative aspect of their life, to come up with new ideas, new sparks of genius. And the same can hold true with painters. The same can hold true with any form of art that we choose to take. But at this time, I believe that Spirit is asking you to use or create. Maybe some of you have stopped practicing your art. And since you've stopped practicing your art, it's affecting your career. Or some of you, I do believe art is how you make your living. Art is your career. And you're at a still. You're looking for some type of inspiration. You're looking for, like a block. You've hit a roadblock, a writer's block, a creative block. And Spirit is asking you to try a different form of art. And so maybe if we're a writer, maybe we could try painting. Maybe if we're a painter, we could try writing. Maybe if we are a musician, we could try singing. Maybe if we are a singer, we could try an instrument. But Spirit is asking that you connect with your inner artist by trying a different art form. And by trying a different art form, those creative juices will again start to flow. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, if you are an artist, please leave in the comment box what type of art do you practice, and what type of art are you planning on practicing? And that is the message that I have for the sign of Gemini. Thank you, Gemini. You have a blessed week.